Indeed, we stand at a crossroads. The outcome of Russia's brutal war against Ukraine is the one that will also determine EU's security and freedom. We must act now, and to succeed, we must act together. The proposals we put forward today work for Ukraine, the EU, and its member states. Because in providing this lifeline to Ukraine, we are also enhancing our security. Not providing support that Ukraine needs to continue its fight for survival would come with a high cost, not only to Ukraine, but also to our entire continent's security and freedom. And we are also sending a strong message to Russia. First of all, let me stress that everything we propose today is legally robust, fully in line with the EU and international law. It respects the principle of sovereign immunity, and the reparation loan is without prejudice to the claims of the Central Bank of Russia. Now, as the President has already explained our two solutions, including the reparations loan, I will focus on protections and safeguards contained in the proposals. Having listened carefully to all member states, we propose to set up a robust system that builds on existing safeguards we have created over the last years. In a spirit of solidarity, we call on member states to provide guarantees to underpin the loan. These guarantees ensure that the EU borrowing is fully protected and ensures fair burden sharing among member states. This is time to show the strength of the Union. Under the next multi-annual financial framework, these guarantees would be taken over by the headroom of the EU budget. And should there be unanimity to amend the current MFF regulation, which we are proposing, this protection could already be provided in this MFF headroom. In short, these protections will cover the unlikely event that the Union would have to repay its borrowing without reparations, whilst at the same time covering any member states if it is forced to pay the claim from Russia. Although the risk of this happening is very low. First, these are not acts of individual member states, but are acts of the Union, which are fully in line with EU and international law. Second, existing protections ensure that claims against Belgium or any other member state cannot be enforced in the EU due to the so-called no claims clause. Thirdly, to address the risk of enforcement of non-sovereign assets of member states in third countries, we are introducing a provision that allows the recovery of damages. The proposals also provide for mechanisms to deter any actor facilitating enforcement of claims on behalf of Russia or actors sponsored by Russia, be it inside or outside the Union. The guarantees would build on all these safeguards, where it's only appropriate that the act of the Union entails the Union's responsibility and not responsibility of any one member state. Finally, we are also proposing today provisions for continued immobilization of Russian assets in the EU. Russia's war on Ukraine is not only a flagrant breach of the international order, it represents a major distortion of the EU economy. In addition, Russia has ramped up its hybrid attacks over the territory of the Union. This is why a proposal for the new regulation provides a legal basis for measures appropriate to this economic and security situation, including the prohibition of transferring the immobilized assets to Russia. And it is in line with the European Council conclusions that state, let me remind you, that Russia's assets should remain immobilized until Russia ceases its war of aggression against Ukraine and compensates for the damage caused by this war. This regulation will work in parallel with the sanctions regime. In terms of volumes of financing, there are around 210 billion euros worth of immobilized assets in the EU. This is therefore the maximum loan amount we could propose. The President already explained how the money would be allocated. It would not be disbursed in one go, but built to respond to Ukraine's evolving needs. This would be spelled out in its financing strategy to be submitted every year. And we will also keep 45 billion euros of these amounts in reserve to repay existing loans, ensuring that the ERA loans do not add to Ukraine's debt burden. And last but not least, the proposals are underpinned by Ukraine meeting essential preconditions to receive support. This includes respect for democratic mechanisms, human rights and the rule of law, including fight against corruption. To conclude, time is of essence. Ukraine's needs are not only sizable but also urgent. We now call on member states to show unity and decisiveness. We must move forward with providing Ukraine with the support it urgently needs to stand up for its people, sovereignty and the security of all of Europe. Thank you.